Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. Shout out to Boxing Ego. I went and saw a video that Boxing Ego put out. Real good video. Basically, Boxing Ego played some snippets from an interview where they was talking to Teddy Atlas in regards to the rematch that's coming up on May the 5th. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on how much I am in agreement with Teddy Atlas, and I've been saying this for a while about Triple G. Basically, Teddy Atlas is picking Triple G to lose the rematch. Okay? On May the 5th. Me, myself, I'm just going to watch the fight, and then, like I said, I'll give my analysis later on. But at the end of the day, Teddy Atlas said that Triple G is slipping. And he said that he always thought that Triple G was overrated. And I couldn't agree more with Teddy Atlas. I don't always agree with everything Teddy Atlas says and does, but we were on the same page when it came to Triple G. Teddy Atlas tried to hint for a while that Triple G was overrated. You would just hear in his comments, he would say, I'm tired of Triple G fighting these type of dudes. Triple G was a dude where he was tremendously promoted, and he was tremendously promoted. He got a lot of promotion. A lot of people rallied behind him because they wanted to sensationalize a dude like him who basically had a weak resume, who really didn't fight the best guys that was out there. And that's just what it come down to. He has a weak resume, and he got all these accolades that he didn't deserve. He got put on the pound-for-pound list by basically fighting no other pound-for-pound fighters. But then you have people that have a problem with me saying that Crawford and Spence should be on the pound-for-pound list. And you have people saying Lomachenko should be on the pound-for-pound, but Lomachenko has a loss, and he technically hasn't beat nobody but one former pound-for-pound fighter who was 38 years old. So that's where this all ties in. I like to break down these videos and give you a little food for thought along the way. You guys know me. I've been saying for the last 3 years since I've been on YouTube that Triple G was overrated. He was highly overrated. And that sooner than later he would get exposed. And it started with the Kell Brook fight. The Kell Brook fight just strictly came down to size. The Daniel Jacobs fight came to Daniel Jacobs let too many rounds get away from him. Daniel Jacobs let too many of the close rounds get away from him. But I still thought Daniel Jacobs did enough to win that fight. And then you seen in the Canelo fight where Canelo, to me, started off very well. And it looked like Canelo was going to win this fight going away. But I don't know whether it was a stamina issue or whether Canelo started to lose a little bit of confidence because he felt he couldn't hurt Triple G and get him up out of there. But Canelo ended up letting the fight get away from him, and he ended up with a controversial draw, which sets up another fight. But getting back to Triple G, I watched him. I watched him in certain fights. It came down to timing. It came down to him picking a dude with some kind of flaw. Either he wasn't experienced enough or he didn't have enough power to keep Triple G honest. Because guys like Triple G, they're very careful with who they pick. David Lemieux, he one-dimensional. And you really saw that with Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders boxed circles around David Lemieux. It was a one-sided beating, and if Billy Joe Saunders had been a little more aggressive, he could have stopped David Lemieux. Okay? But I'm just getting back. I'm just looking at the guys Triple G fought. If you look at from when he made his HBO debut, it was a question of the people that he fought. yeah, he called out Sergio Martinez when Sergio Martinez was basically a one-legged fighter who got the hell beat out of him by Miguel Cotto. You know, which, by the way, no fault of Miguel Cotto, but at the end of the day, if Sergio Martinez was healthy, he probably would, and fought Triple G probably like about 6 years ago, he probably would have beat the living shit out of Triple G. But, as I said before, it's always about timing. I've never thought much of Triple G, and that was my stance from when I saw him. And based off how he had a chance to fight another pound-for-pound fighter, which many people consider, you know, with the exception of Floyd Mayweather, the second best fighter on the planet, in Andre Ward, he went out of his way not to make that fight when he was the one that said he would fight Andre Ward. And he got a pass for going back on his word. But then you had some of his erratic fans getting mad at you and saying you don't like him because he's not black and all that type of shit, because they were the ones that was pulling the race card, or the mythical race card. I don't even like using that terminology. They were the ones making it about race, saying that we have to like Triple G because they say so. Which, sorry, that doesn't work with me. But I've always thought Triple G was overrated. I said that on several videos, and I stood by it. And I stand by it now. Triple G is not going to fight those guys like Charlo and Daniel Jacobs and Demetrius Andre. Don't be surprised if Triple G walks away after the Canelo fight, or he starts going on his bomb tour, or he starts saying, hey, I need a couple of tune-up fights before I'm ready to fight Demetrius Andre or Charlo, or a rematch with Daniel Jacobs. But I'm just calling it how I see it. I'm out.